Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Now I know on my channel I mostly cover things that are video game or video game related, but this is something going to be a little different this time. I'm actually reviewing a comic book that I found about a year ago, and that is the Bat-Manga. Now what was really special about this book was I found it at my local Books A Million. I was walking around and I went to the clearance section and I found this thick Batman novel I've never seen before, and it was on clearance for $8. It's normally a $24 book, and I just knew I had to have it, so I bought it. And the more I was reading on it, the more I found out it really had a very rich history, and I really felt like I had something special.
In 1966, the Batman TV series starring Adam West prompted a Batman craze in Japan, and to help fill in the bridge and get the Japanese into the Caped Crusader, a well-known manga company known as Shonen Jump, who published other great mangas like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, got complete rights to start making a Batman manga. They chose the illustrator Jaru Kawata, who is best known for the 8-Man series, to help create an all-new Batman with different stories and different enemies that the Japanese could actually relate to.
And later on, David Mazzucchelli, who was best known to working with Frank Miller for Batman Year One, went to a convention in Japan where he had heard that there was actually a Japanese manga based off Batman, something that had been forgotten since that time. And it really intrigued him, and he got a hold of Chip Kidd, who then was on eBay and found a vintage Batmobile, Japanese toy, and they got with him, and that eBayer was Saul Ferris, who was a huge Batman collector. So basically all these Batman fans got together and they dug up through the archive and made this collection of vintage Batman 1960s manga that's well worth a read. And like I was saying earlier, the enemies or the bad guys in this Batman comic book are very different from what we know today. We don't have the Joker or the Penguin or Catwoman. Arch nemesis that we come to love in Batman. We have more of a Japanese inspired roster of villains like Mr. Death, or they even have a character that made you kind of think of Man-Bat, but it's not Man-Bat, and a character really influenced by Clayface as well. The story is very Japanese oriented, and it's a great mixture of the world's greatest detective with a little bit of Japanese flair. Now, because they did work really hard with some different toy collectors that collect a lot of the Japanese 1960s vintage toys, I thought it was really cool that this book had almost like little side notes that would show some of the Japanese toys and advertisements, and I thought that was really cool. And also, they also feature, every comic has a original cover to it. So as you guys can see right there, it's really good. If you're a huge Batman fan, you owe it yourself to get this. This is really cool, and for $8, I mean, this book's freaking thick, and it's got so many great stories in it. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the Batman stories that were featured in these manga magazines have been lost in the archives over the years. Now, they have said they found some more after they have published this book, and they've talked about for a couple of years now making a Batman manga 2. And if they do that, I am so on that. I am really excited about it. And the biggest question is, should you get it? You can find it at reasonable prices on Amazon, and maybe if you can go into some bookstore like I did and find it for a good price, I highly recommend it. If you're a huge Batman fan and love, Japanese pop culture, or you just want to read something a little different, because it's totally different than the Batman that we're used to, definitely check it out. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and be sure to hit that like, comment below, and thanks for subscribing. And as always, happy gaming, or same bat time, same bat channel.